Man, this place is pretty. There we go. Alright guys, we're fresh, we're showered, we got fully charged batteries, we got an empty memory card. We are on the road again. Just gonna head right over to this gas station to fuel up and clean off the windshield a little bit, even though it looks pretty clean right now because of the rain. This is a really cool place still. Like even like now that it's clear out, I can even see more and it's just beautiful. I've learned a couple of filming lessons after going over the footage from yesterday, which was to angle it up more when I'm trying to see more of the environment rather than what I'm doing, and make sure you have a clean windshield. We're gassed up, we're squeegeed off as much as we can be. We're on our way now. The plan for the day, we're gonna head out towards the Badlands. We're going to head out to this overlook, and that's about an hour away. I want to see if there's any birds out there. There probably won't be, there are at least that many. I know there's birding trails in the park proper. I did a little bit of a vehicle inspection. The brakes are kind of squeaky, but that's about it. I think we should be in the clear. Out of most of the area that I think is pretty cool looking, but we'll soon be coming across, in around 40 minutes, the Badlands, or at least in 40 minutes we'll be at the overlook. I'm looking forward to getting there. I haven't been here in years. Some of my friends say it's one of their favorite places to go, which surprises me when I know the people who told me that. They say, oh, the Badlands is awesome. It's one of my favorite places. But you're right next to the Black Hills, which is like a literal rainforest, you know? Okay, here's a view. Now this is a little more interesting than what I was saying earlier. I thought like, oh yeah, it's just going to be more of the same flat stuff, which we're going to see for most of the rest of the drive. But no, we're in this like, we're going into these valleys. It looks very much like Montana, but it's mostly juniper instead of mostly sage. These guys are going slow. bighorn sheep down there. A couple of wrens. Man, this place is pretty. I guess people like it. Actually, a decent amount of birds here, and I just heard a canyon wren, and I've seen a bunch of rock wrens. Unfortunately, yes, you do have to pay to get over here, and it's 30 bucks. And unfortunately, I can't stay long enough to explore a lot of this. So maybe I'll drive down this path a little bit, record it a little bit, and then turn around and head back out onto the road. Some bighorn sheep down there, a few of them. I think got an okay picture of them. Oh, bird here. There's one of those rock wrens. A lot of rock wrens, a lot of swallows, and a nighthawk. As I'm walking back to my car here, you can see, or maybe hear, meadowlark. Right on that Badlands sign. Raggedy looking one. Okay, here's the game plan. We're gonna drive down this road a little bit just to record a little bit of this beautiful drive, and then we're gonna head back, pull into this driveway, change out batteries, and then we're gonna get back on the road. Unfortunately, we can't stay long. We do have a destination. I wish I could have made this like a road trip where I could just stay out here for days, but I can't afford it. Maybe some other day, especially because they give you a 7-day pass. We stopped at a visitor center here, and they got some really cool stuff in there. But I can't stay long, and I wasn't allowed to take video in there, so I had to leave the GoPro inside. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start heading out to Wisconsin, and unfortunately I get no service out here, so it won't tell me how to get to the spot I need to go as usual. So I'm going to drive out of here, get it back on a 90 and start heading east, and hopefully that'll get us into enough service where I can get us our GPS back and running. And we should be on 90 for a long time, so it should be fine. But yeah, man, I wish I could stay longer. They had a really cool dinosaur, well, not dinosaur, but like early mammal exhibit there with a lot of cool skeletons and stuff in there and fossils. And there was like a whole quiz, like, oh, guess like what animal has what diet, and I actually was able to get them all right, which means my schooling was not for nothing. Just took a bit of a pit stop here. We're still in South Dakota. We're still like 8.5 hours away, making good progress. I was gonna get myself some caffeine, but the line in there is nuts. There were two old guys in the bathroom. They were talking about it, like, this is crazy. There's so many people. I almost didn't get to the bathroom, you know? That was a bit of a bust in terms of caffeine. But I'm still awake right now. I'm chilling, so I think I'll be okay. We'll see how it all goes. We're at another pit stop. We were only 6 hours and 15 minutes away from our final destination, which is awesome. Oh, there's a... It looks like there's a coop flying over there, a Cooper's Hawk. We're finally got some caffeine, a little bit of a Red Bull here. I ate my disgusting sandwich from yesterday's gas station run and my Chex Mix, so I'm now out of food. I didn't want to get any more food while I'm here because I'm like, gross. Yeah, we're gonna get on the road here again real quick. Haven't seen much else that's been pretty interesting along this route. It just looks like the Midwest, like, because we're in the Midwest now. We're still in South Dakota, but we're almost into Minnesota. It's been a uneventful, boring drive. Successfully crossed into Minnesota. I don't know how much of Minnesota looks cool. I've been to Minnesota before, and the places I've been have been awesome, but that's usually been mostly in the north. This one, like this far south, I feel like it's gonna look a lot like the rest of the Midwest. It's just corn and other crops, and then just a couple of trees. Basically just flat land. But who knows, maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. Status update. We are 4 hours away. Awesome progress. The trip has been pretty boring. Minnesota's pretty, you know, it is. But this part of Minnesota is just basically like the rest of the Midwest. It feels good to be sort of home, but like I can tell you that the traveling is it's wearing on me a bit. Especially considering I'm traveling with not the intention to travel, but more the objective of getting to a place. And I'm kind of wanting to be home now, you know? So it feels good to be pretty close, and that this last stretch, after I come back down from Point, will feel like nothing after driving for over 10 hours. Destination here. Well, our final destination for the day. Looks like we're near La Crosse. Bunch of bluffs here, and then off to the left is a huge body of water. I forget or don't know what it is. It looks like we haven't even left the west. Yeah, it looks like we're entering Wisconsin like right now. We're coming through across this stretch here. I remember hearing stories about Jesse James. He basically was just like the biggest asshole, and so I don't like idolize him in any way. I came to know that apparently I always considered Jesse James to be like, oh yeah, he's out in the desert, you know. No, he was in Minnesota when he did his famous train robbery. So now that I look at Minnesota, I realize, okay, Minnesota's kind of like the furthest east you can get and still be the west, I think. At least that's what I consider it to be. Just because the environment starts getting dramatic. It's the edges of places where people are uncomfortable living in because it gets too cold in the winter, too hot and muggy in the summer, and there's bugs, and it's harder to live. It's far away from other places. People just didn't bother to settle down in a lot of these places, and those are the coolest places. But we're in Wisconsin now. Yeah, we're a little less than 2 hours away, which is really nice. I'm looking forward to stopping and seeing my friends and having some food, hanging out, just being able to relax. And then the next day, we're gonna crush a 3-hour drive. Or 4-hour drive maybe. It's gonna go by in a flash, I'm sure. I mean, maybe it won't go by in a flash, and I'm just thinking it's gonna go by in a flash because I've been driving for so long. And maybe that last bit will be the longest bit because I just think it's supposed to be done already. only about an hour away. I'm seeing stuff that's starting to look familiar. It feels good, man. I really, like, I've been to some beautiful places in the past few days, in the past few months even, and I, like, have fallen in love with all those places. But there's something about Wisconsin that keeps me coming back here. Not just my friends, but the views, the aesthetic of the place. It really has, like, some unique American vibe to it. It's something that's old, you know? Like, you'll see it on the cover of old outdoor magazines and boxes of ammo, where it's these old school designs that show hunters out in cornfields when it's overcast looking for pheasants, or people fishing dark but clear lakes in the north for pike. It's an interesting aesthetic, and it's something that I didn't know I'd find here, but it is here. That's what this place is. And so I think that's what keeps me drawn back here, and why it's such a place that I really would like to settle down in. There's a couple places that I'd like to settle down in, but Wisconsin's definitely up there because it's close to, relatively, to Chicago, meaning I can get back to home to my family really easily, and while also having all the benefits of not living in Illinois anymore. We are a mere 16 minutes away from our final destination for the day, and I am super excited right now because we just passed through a town that I know pretty well, Wisconsin Rapids, and people lovingly call it Crapids because there's parts of it that are pretty messed up, but I drove through a really nice part of it recently. The south part of it is actually really nice, but the north side is where there's like kind of like a paper plant, and it's kind of not operating at high capacity because no one's really using paper as much. So because the decline of the use of paper, the town kind of fell into decline a bit too. So people I know that have worked in places there say that people bounce checks all the time there. I did pass through like a really high-end place though, so I don't know if the whole town is just terrible or it's just like that one part. It's a very rich outdoor community here, very rich outdoor recreation community. There's actually a tannery out here that I go to, the Wolf River Tannery. I've been there a couple times to tan deer hides until I learned how to do it myself. Now when they come out from me doing them, they don't come out nearly as good as when they do it, but it also saves me money. So we're only about 10 minutes out, so I'm probably not going to record me pulling up into my friend's driveway. I got some stuff planned for when I get back. I got family visiting. I'll get to say hi to them all. And I'm staying with my parents for now because it makes no sense to travel the country for work and then pay rent and utilities and internet for a place I'm staying in for maybe like a couple weeks every couple months. But yeah, my grandpa should be home to visit, which is awesome. Can't wait to see him. It's been a while. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here unless something crazy happens on the road back. But it shouldn't be. I'm gonna wind down for the night and maybe get some pizza, maybe hang out, you know, be a good time. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Had a really awesome time with my friends. We hung out and watched a movie and got some pizza, and then we in the morning went and got some coffee, got to see other friends. Really awesome to see everybody. We made plans to hang out again soon, so I'm really excited for that. we're heading back to Chicago now, and I'm going to be getting off here to get some gas in a second, because I'm pretty low. I'm below a half a tank for sure. I got maybe a quarter tank left, so I'm gonna jump off here and get some, and then we're gonna be on our way. Okay, so we are inside Chicago now. Oh my gosh, I hate getting in and out of this freeway right here. That was the most stressful stuff. Ugh, I had to be really, like, I had to act like a bit of a dick to get in. And I waved my hand, I'm like, I'm sorry, I need to get in here, you know, and they didn't honk at me or flip me off, so I must have been okay. But we're only 16 minutes away from our final destination here, and I'm just looking forward to be done driving and to be home, just be able to relax and get my computer set up again and say hi to my family, get something to eat, you know, take a shower. I'm gonna probably pull into the alley behind my house that my parents asked me to do that, and that's gonna take a little bit of more driving past where I'm supposed to go, and I kind of forget how I'm supposed to get in there, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, the trip is basically over now. I am home. I don't know when my next big trip is gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be over land, or if it's gonna be in the air. It'd be awesome if it was over sea, but it probably won't be. I'm excited to spend the month just hanging out. My friends have plans for me to hang out with them and stuff, and I got plans to hang out with my brother up in Wisconsin, and I'll probably film some of our antics up there. We're probably gonna do some fishing, and the hunting season isn't in swing yet, but there's a couple things you can hunt year round that we might go after. Don't know for sure, but we'll see. But yeah, welcome to Chicago, and I guess I'll see you guys in the